Alright, what is up? It's your boy Xole, and we're back with another how to sound like video. So today I'm going to be teaching y'all how to sound like Tame Impala with a realistic voice, because not a lot of us can hit the notes that Kevin Parker hits. So I'm going to be showing y'all how to use Ableton stock plugins to manipulate your voice and make it sound like Kevin Parker from Tame Impala. So this video was actually suggested by 5 people: Sam Jr., Eldra's Adventures, Zeus Zuit, I don't know how to say your name, let me know in the comments below, Grandmaster 186, and S. So if you want to see a specific artist, be sure to go in the comments and type in their name, and you could be shout out, and you could be shout out in my next video. So let's just hop right into Ableton. I'm going to be walking through a track that I made in the Tame Impala style, and then I'm also going to be going over the vocals. So watch the whole video, and I hope you learned something. Alright, so here is our track. We have the instrumental right here and the vocals right here. If you're just looking to see how to do Tame Impala's vocals, just skip to this time right here. Alright, so I started off with the EP Faceplant, and I made these chords. Added a bunch of EQ, chorus, auto pan, and then I layered it with the same instrument but just higher notes. And then halfway through this verse, you get this overdrive guitar, which is the tension rock guitar, through an erosion, and then some chorus just to smooth it out. We get this. It's almost like unnoticeable in the track, but it adds a nice little touch. And then we have this guitar that I recorded. So I ended up using my guitar, but I don't know how to play guitar. So I literally figured out the notes that I needed to play, and then I lowered the BPM from what it is, which is 135, to like 115, so I could actually have time to like find the notes. And I recorded it, and then I ended up bringing the BPM back to where it was. So this is the guitar that we end up getting. And then it just repeats. So I obviously cannot play that fast, but I ended up getting the exact guitar that I wanted because I just pitched the whole track down, so I actually had time to find the notes. Alright, and then next up we have our bass, which is the electric bass drive, and I just play these notes. And then it is sidechained to my kick. I'm just going to bring it up a little bit. Alright, so now we get to our drums. So here is our kick. I ended up just throwing a drum bus and then EQing it a little bit, and then match it with our snare. Throw in a little reverb right here. You can just throw in the Ableton reverb, because you're definitely going to want some reverb on your drums. So just go to your audio effects, go to reverb. I would pick something in a tight room. It's up to you what you want specifically. So I start the track off with the chorus right here, and this is the chorus. And as you can see, it only has snare 1, and then I bring snare 2 in on like the first verse. It just beefs up that snare a little bit. And then let me add this other snare and this open hat and my hi-hats. So I liked what I had, but I was thinking I could really spice this up a little bit more. So what I ended up doing, I ended up inserting an audio track and recording my kick and snare and second snare. So I ended up recording the kick, the snare 1, and the snare 2 into this separate audio track. I'm just going to turn off all of these presets, and I'm also going to bring it up to 0. So it originally sounded like this. And then I ended up pitching it down 6 semitones. And I knew I wanted some of those lows in there to kind of give it that drive. So I threw in a glue compressor and an overdrive. And then I'm actually going to beef it up just a little bit more. So I ended up beefing this track. Threw in this RC20 to give it a little bit more grit. And then threw in one more EQ8 to take out the mids in this low area. And last but not least, I have this little audio effect that I have, pitching it up 4 semitones. Just kind of adds a nice little texture. I have it mainly focusing on the highs. So all of our drums sound like this. Alright, so now that I showed you all of the instruments on this track, I'm going to play you the beginning of this track, the instrumental, and then we're going to get into what I did with these vocals. So I'm just going to turn these vocals off. And then as you can see, you can barely hear that overdrive the guitar. And then we get into the guitar that I recorded. Alright, so there is the instrumental. Let me show y'all what I did with these vocals. Alright, so here is our main vocal track. This whole little vocal template that I have, I show y'all how to make this and mix your vocals in one of my videos. I would highly suggest you watch that either before or after this video just to learn what's going on throughout this template. So here is our just dry main vocals.
Girl, I know what you're thinking, so you don't have to hide it from me. You told your friends while drinking that you found someone other than me.
So right now it's very bland and it's just kind of a little annoying. It doesn't have any reverb, doesn't have any cool Tame Impala characteristics that we're looking for. So a big part of Tame Impala vocals is vocal doubling. And what vocal doubling is recording the same exact verse 2 times and then having them layered on top of each other or side by side, however you want to say it. So now I'm going to show you what that vocal doubling can sound like. So I'm going to turn on this side channel that I have, which is technically just, here we're going to rename it. We're just going to say main 2. So let's listen to both of these dry tracks.
Girl, I know what you're thinking, so you don't have to hide it from me. You told your friends while drinking that you found someone other than me.
So Tame Impala obviously does not use autotune, but I do, because if I didn't, this would just be unlistenable. So we're going to keep the auto-tune in there. It's going to sacrifice some of that real gritty Tame Impala vibe, but I'm sorry guys, I need it. Okay, so now we're going to throw on our 2 compression tracks on each of these tracks. So basically what these compression tracks are doing is they're just taking those really annoying, loud syllables and they're just beefing them down, and we're layering it with our dry. So I'm just going to show y'all what this is exactly doing. So here's our dry.
Girl, I know what you're thinking.
Paired with both of these compressions.
Girl, I know what you're thinking. So you
basically what it's doing, it's adding more volume without oversaturating very annoying loud noises. So if you want to learn specifically how to make this template with all these different racks and stuff, I would watch my How to Mix Your Vocals video. A template is just a good thing to have, so you can throw it right after your vocalist sings or you sing, and you can just instantly tweak all of these audio effects. Alright, so now we're getting into a big part of Tame Impala vocals, and that is delay. So I'm going to show y'all what this delay sounds like. So this is just another chain, and it's going to be paired with these 3 other chains, but we're just going to focus on this one chain right here. So I threw on a filter delay, and as you can see, your left ear is on the 4 and your right ear is on the 8. And that's going to give a delayed, repeating sound to your vocals.
Girl, I know what you think. Say it's on after hiding from me.
So, as you can see, that adds a lot of character to your vocals. What I did after this delay, you don't have to do it. I threw in a chorus just to add a little bit more smoothness and texture. And then I took off some of the lows. And then what I ended up doing is throwing on a compressor. And what this compressor is doing is it's side chaining the delay. So it's side chaining the delay to this dry signal. So what that means is whenever this dry signal is going, so whenever I'm saying,
Girl, I know
what you're thinking, it's going to bring down the delayed track. So watch this knob as it goes while I say, girl, I know what you're thinking.
Girl, I know what you think.
So what that's doing is it's making the delay focus more on the repeated vocals and not the main vocal, because we don't want to muddy up the main vocal too much. So all of our chains together sounds like this.
Girl, I know what you're thinking, so you don't have to hide it from me.
So that sounds great, but I said that's not enough. We're going to get even more Tame Impala-y. And I threw in a flanger.
Girl, I know what you're thinking, so you don't have to hide it from me.
And then I threw on reverb.
Girl, I know what you're thinking, so you don't have to hide it from me.
And then I brought up the highs and I took off a little bit of these lows with this EQ.
Girl, I know what you're thinking, so you don't have to hide it from me.
And I did the exact same thing on the main 2 track. So here are both of the vocals.
Girl, I know what you're thinking, so you don't have to hide it from me. You told your friends while drinking that you found someone other than me.
And this is what they sound like with the track. Now we're on the verse. So what I did with the verse is basically the same thing as my chorus. I have reverb, flanger, this compressor, but I have them mainly focused on the highs. I take out a good chunk of this low end. I also have a chorus before the EQ, and I end up not doubling these vocals. So the verse, I keep it just with one single track, but I do add a little ad-lib track, which sounds like... And this sounds pretty well with the verse.
It happens to the best of us. It happens to the rest of us. She said I was too much. She said I was too much. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the rest of us. She said I was too much. 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 She said I was too much.
So there is our verse. So that really cool, like wavy, sharp kind of feel that you get with this verse is mainly due to the pairing of this chorus and this flanger. So without these two things, you get
It
this.
happens to the best of us. It happens to the rest of us.
Which sounds fine with the delay that we have, but once you throw on this chorus and this flanger, you just get this really unique, wavy kind of feel.
It happens to the best of us. It happens to the rest of us. She said I was too much. She said I was too much. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the rest of us. She said I was too much. She said I was too much. She said I was too much.
Alright guys, I really hope you learned something. I might go touch up this track and add some bongos, some claps, like a heavy synthy bass that Kevin Parker likes to add to his tracks. But no matter if I add something or not, this track will be available to y'all on SoundCloud. The link is down below, so if you want to listen to this whole track, you can do so. Big shout out to the 5 people who suggested Tame Impala. Really enjoyed making this video and trying to figure out how Tame Impala does his vocal effects. Obviously, this is nowhere near a perfect Kevin Parker template, but I really do hope this helped you learn kind of the basics on how to get that psychedelic, echoing feel to your vocals. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. And if you liked this video, you could hit the like button. That's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. Peace.
Girl, I know